Hey guys, for those of you we haven't met before, my name is Blake Harris. My wife Abby and I, you are checking out our channel for the first time. We are owners of the soon-to-be Haven event space just south of Kansas City here in Lewisburg, Kansas. We're so excited to share our journey with you. We're going to be building this venue from the ground up. We recently purchased 40 acres. There's literally nothing on it right now. It's just a big empty field, and we're so excited. We're supposed to break ground here in just a few days for this venue, and we really want to share that experience with you guys. As I was going through YouTube, there's several people that are converting old barns or talk about how to have a successful wedding venue, but I couldn't find any videos of someone taking you along the journey of building one from the ground up. And so we want to start a YouTube series to kind of talk a little bit more about what we're doing, why we're doing it, and kind of take you guys along that journey with us. So we're so excited you're here. If you do us a favor, click that subscribe button down below and click the little bell next to it so you can follow our journey and get notified anytime we upload a new video. Be sure to like this video and comment below if you have any questions. We're new at this. This is a first-time venture for us, and we're so excited to share this with you. So we'd love to answer any questions and kind of be there for you as you follow us along this journey. All right, guys. So for those of you who is your first time here, I want to introduce ourselves. So my name is Blake. My wife's name is Abby. She's not here today. She actually doesn't even know I'm making this video, so this could be a little funny when she sees it for the first time. I'm sure you'll meet her in future videos. But a little bit about us. I work in human resources for a tech company during the day, and my wife is a nurse. So the first question we get from a lot of our family and friends is why we decided to start a wedding venue. And that is a loaded question. It kind of stems a little bit more from my background, to be honest. So for the last 10 years, I have been doing audio video production for a company here in Kansas City, and I've thrown events which led to doing dozens and dozens of weddings over the years from an audio video standpoint. I fell in love with being a part of someone's special day. Being a DJ or doing the audio video production for an event, you are kind of the driving force behind that event, and getting to make sure everything stays on schedule and the bride is happy and everything is literally perfect is literally one of the most rewarding feelings I've ever felt in my life. So when we had the opportunity to follow this path, we knew it was meant to be. It's kind of a funny story, but we were actually a bridesmaid and a groomsman in some of our friends' weddings a couple years ago, and it was in this really rustic barn out in the middle of Missouri, honestly like over 2 hours from where we live, and it was a really far drive, but it was the most beautiful and serene place we've ever been. And when I was there, I could not get my mind to stop thinking about how amazing the opportunity would be to own a place like this. The couple that owns this venue, they built it on the backside of their property, so they lived right there. They were doing weddings. They said they were sold out all the time. It just seemed like it was a really, really profitable opportunity. And at the time, I had no knowledge of anything. So I came home and I did what anyone would do, and I started researching. I have watched thousands of YouTube videos on opening a wedding video, listened to hundreds of podcasts. I have bought books and literally anything I could think of to study up on the wedding industry and become an expert in really whether this was going to be a viable business for my wife and I. We knew long term that we were entrepreneurs. We've owned a business for over a decade, doing some different product marketing, and that has really groomed us to become successful business owners, right? And to have that mindset. Anyone that wants to be a business owner, there's a mindset that you have to have in place. That go-getter, figure it out, standard of excellence mentality that you just can't just adopt it. You have to learn it and teach yourself and read and study and get around people who have that mindset in order to get that. And we've been blessed by that environment for over a decade. So we knew that was what we wanted to do long term. So it was just a matter of finding what for us was the way to succeed financially. When we went to this wedding, we knew that this was it. It was, I don't know if you guys have ever had that feeling where something just feels right. And for us, it was this. And man, did I have no idea what I was getting myself into. Abby will tell you the same. This has been a huge project, from learning about county codes and regulations, learning about financing, learning about working with contractors and architects and engineers and zoning laws. And wow, there's so much that goes into this, but I will tell you, it has been such a rewarding experience, and we're so excited to bring you along the journey with us because after over 2 years now of working on this project, project. We're excited to say that we are officially breaking ground on the Haven event space on Thursday this coming week. So right now, for those of you that are wondering, it is June of 2020. We're hoping to have this venue open and completed by next fall, so fall of 2021. So if you're joining us before and or after the venue's built, thank you so much for checking out our page. We're so excited to have you here. One of the next questions that people have asked us is how we came across this land. And that was a huge part of this particular process for us. We didn't have a piece of property already that we wanted to develop. We live in the middle of the suburbs in Kansas City. We have all of, I think 5,000 square foot of grass outside our house. So there's certainly no room to build a venue. Outside this window here, there's actually a parking lot behind us for a church. So there's no space where we're at today. So we knew that we were gonna have to purchase a piece of property. So we've actually been looking for property for a little over a year. We made offers on 3 different pieces of land throughout the process. And one thing or another caused those offers to fall through. It was an exhausting, mentally and emotionally, it was an exhausting process. But I will tell you that everything happens for a reason. We have a strong faith, and we believe that God had a plan for us, because the third and final piece of property that we looked at ended up being the best of the 3 we saw, the best location, the best price, but also it fit the vision of what we wanted better than any of the others that we looked at. So we had an amazing real estate agent, shout out to Karina, who helped us so much along the way, and we ended up making an offer on that property. We went through, again, a lot of turmoil. There ended up being tax liens and all this stuff on the property that we didn't know about when we made the offer. So it took months and months to close, but again, everything happens for a reason. We ended up closing in February of this year, only a month before COVID hit. Which was kind of crazy, but think about it. Had it not been delayed and we had not closed in February, we probably would have started construction earlier, which means we would have been held up by COVID, and that potentially could have cost us a lot of money. So again, everything happened for a reason, and we're so thankful for how it happened. But all in God's timing, we are starting this project. We've been working little by little throughout the entire 2 years that we've been working on this, but we officially break ground next Thursday. So it's all coming together. So right now, the Haven Properties, as we call it, is literally just a giant open field. It's 40 acres that we purchased earlier this year. And as you can see from the footage you're seeing now, it is literally just dead nothingness, right? Well, we're planning on taking this 40 acres and making it one of the most beautiful properties in all of Kansas City. We have a vision of taking this property and elevating it to a level that is almost unimaginable. Right now, you see the remnants of a harvest from last fall, but we're digging a 4-acre pond. We're building a 12,000 square foot building. We're adding trees. We're adding water features. We're adding so many different things in order to allow people to come and gather and celebrate. We're so excited for you to see this project with us as it goes through. And obviously, we've got a long way to go, as you can tell, but it's going to be amazing once it's done. And this is going to be a fun journey for us to go on together. The next question that we've gotten a lot is, how did we pick our architect, or how did we find our builder? For us, it's a little unique. So I work for a company that's rapidly expanding, and so I had been in contact with a lot of architects from building designs that they'd done for our company, and I actually started with the one that designed the building for my current company I work at, and kind of got a feel for what working with an architect would look like, and had them bid our project, kind of pitched our dream. I remember putting together this PowerPoint of kind of what I wanted it to look like land and gate and rustic and all this kind of stuff with the pond, and I remember kind of putting everything together and showing them, and it ended up not working out with that architect, but just a simple Google search in my area, a lot of architects have websites that show a lot of the work they've done, and I came across a company that ended up, shockingly, being less than 500 feet away from where my current office is, so super convenient location. I ended up meeting with this company. Their name is Finkel Williams here in Overland Park, Kansas, and our architect, Kimball. I had a meeting with them in the beginning, and same thing, went through my PowerPoint, pitched everything, but something was different when I met with them, and I just felt like they got it. They got our vision, they got our plan, they had that heart for the project that we had, and finding someone that followed our passion, that followed our dream, and that had the energy and excitement behind our project, that was something that really resonated with us and was really special. And so ultimately we decided to hire Finkel Williams to design our building, and over the course of about a year and a half, they designed our building from the ground up, and it is magnificent. I'll show you guys some pictures here in the background. There's pictures of the front. They've done renderings of what the front of our building is going to look like. like, and the side view overlooking the pond, one of the most beautiful shots. I can just imagine us being there, and then taking us inside, seeing the two different angles of the inside, looking down towards the fireplace, the grand fireplace overlooking the main hall, and then turning around and looking back at the staircase that's so elegant that leads up to the bride's suite. Literally one of the most breathtaking shots that this architect came up with. So I'm so pleased, and we're so thankful. And that architect actually ended up being a huge resource for us. Kimball was very well networked in Kansas City. He knew a lot of great builders, and we interviewed several different companies, and ultimately, you guys, it happened again. We had a meeting with a gentleman named Matt Goforth of Goforth Construction, and something just clicked. You know, we'd met with several contractors at that point, but when I met Matt, it just felt right, you know? It felt like he had that passion for our project, that heart, and it was meant to be, you know? He was meant to build this building, and so we engaged him, and it ended up being one of the most amazing relationships, and officially we start here in the next couple weeks, and so we're really excited to be working with him and seeing the quality of his work, because he's done some amazing things around the Midwest, and we're excited to be one of the next buildings he can put on his resume. As far as engineers go, we were blessed. Abby, her dad is actually a structural engineer, so he has done all the structural design for our building. I tell you, this building is going to survive Category 5 tornado, you guys. He is building it out of steel and everything you can imagine. This is going to be a very solid building that will last a long time. It's going to be a historic building 100 years from now, where some of the most amazing weddings have happened, and we're so excited that we get to be the ones to build this. All right, guys, so as we're wrapping up this video, I want to talk about the end goal. The end goal of the Haven Event Space is so much more than just building a building where people can host events. We're building a building where people are going to celebrate some of the most special days of their lives. We're talking about birthdays, anniversaries, family reunions, graduations, and especially weddings. A wedding is one of the most memorable days of someone's life, and to have a venue like the Haven that's built with every single detail being thought through down to the littlest thing, it just makes so much less pressure on the bride and groom. And we know that as we're designing this, we are going to be a huge part of these bride and groom's days. And if you're a bride and groom, we're going to be there for you. We're going to be there to be a resource for you and be a canvas for you to come in and create the dream wedding that you've always imagined. And the Haven Event Space is going to be a place for decades to come, where families and friends can gather, where businesses can gather, where people can gather and be together, you know? And I especially want to say this, that during this time, we're amidst the COVID pandemic right now, and gathering together is not happening like it used to. I have no doubt in my mind and my heart that that's going to go back to the way it was. It may take a little time, and we know that, but there's just nothing like being in a room with people you love and people you care about and celebrating something together. Those are where memories are formed, and that is why we wanted to build the Haven. And so we're so excited for you guys to come along this journey with us. Thank you so much again for watching our very first video on our channel. Again, if you haven't already, click that subscribe button down below and click the little bell next to it to get the notifications. Be sure to like or comment on this video if you have any questions. We would love to answer anything you guys have. Thank you so much for your time, and we'll look forward to talking to you again very soon.